Hi, welcome to We Gay. My name is Mars, and this is
Jade.
And we're playing Alone with You.
Not to be confused with Me Without You, the band.
The band, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like I looked at some video clips, and it didn't really seem like it, but it's supposed to be a horror.
Oh.
An indie horror game.
Interesting, because it doesn't really look like a horror game. It looks like just like very visually cool fantasy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't see like blood trickling from the main screen or...
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I have to hit continue.
Okay.
I keep forgetting I'm in control here.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Alone with You.
All right, play game.
Yes, sci-fi romance adventure.
But actually horror, according to the description.
Yeah. Can you hear that okay? Do you need more volume?
I'd take a little more. Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
I'm getting like a nice stereo image right now.
Yeah.
Nice mixing there. All right,
That's
this
you.
is me.
Turn my...
Whoa. Is that lightning?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't go in these craters. Can I go off the cliff? Nope. This is like the intro.
Yeah.
Return to Colony A. Oh, I'm driving.
Oh, nice.
It looks like the Winnebago tank.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking of Ninja Turtles for a second. The Ninja Turtles game. Loaded.
So am I supposed to know anything about the objective here, or do you want me to just go in blind?
Well, that's what I want. Just
Okay, cool.
go in blind. I don't know what the
Alright,
objective
looks like
is.
this is where I parked. To the command hallway. Command hallway. Some debris to the shuttle bay, inaccessible. That's where I just came from. To the holosim chamber, inaccessible. I like covering like everything when I play a game.
Yeah, yeah.
The main hallway.
Yeah, be thorough.
Command hallway. That's where I just came from. No. AI core. I think I just came from here. To the crew's quarters, inaccessible. Oh, maybe command hallway's down here. Okay. Ship hangar, inaccessible. Okay, AI core it is. Command hallway. I'm like, there's gotta be a secret in here somewhere. Sync mission data with AI core.
Huh.
Whoa.
Trippy. Who's that?
I'm glad you made it back. I assume you were at your usual lookout over the rift again. You must have seen the worsening situation out there. Did you notice the planet's instability on your way here? Yeah, I noticed. Then you can appreciate what a pickle we're both in. I wish I had better news, but I feel I owe it to you to be honest. The situation is unfortunately quite dire. This Hudson Cartier terraforming project has failed. 16 years of work has been undone. I apologize for being so direct, but would it shock you to know that, by my estimates, we have less than a month to survive?
Uh-oh.
What? I think I'm gonna ... Your stoicism is understandable. In 3 weeks, Epsilon Eridani B will cease to exist as it does now. We still have an escape ship here in Colony A. It is structurally sound, and I believe I can help you fly it so we can escape. That's great.
Alright.
If we can transmit an emergency signal to the home office, we can likely intercept a company vessel in our ship and gain transport back home. Wait, transmit an emergency signal to... Okay. Alright. The problem is, there are 4 key systems on the escape pod that I can't repair, and you aren't trained to deal with by yourself.
Great.
I have an idea. It'll require the use of our holo-sim chamber, and a little bit of human connection on your end. You see, there were 4 other colonists who could have saved us, if they were still alive. Winnie Laurier was our communications expert, and she could have helped us repair the navigation systems. Pierre Tong was the... That's like... I thought it was Pierre Thong. Was the colony director and an engineering genius. He would have been able to assist us with the thrusters. Leslie Baradouage ran the agrodomes, and I'm sure she could have helped us maximize the ship's life support and food processing. And Jean Lumumba led the resource management teams. He could have shown us how to best keep the ship powered and stable. You and I can head out to find materials and information, but only these 4 could have guided us in fixing the ship. Alright, let's bring them back from the dead.
Yeah.
But if we can use the holo-sim chamber to recreate these 4 key colleagues, they could still help us, in a way. Alright. I know it's a long shot, and it's gonna be a little unusual, but if we work together, I think we can make it. So that's the plan. Before you go to your quarters, though, let's register your name so the holograms know what to call you. Alright.
You about to type in cornhole?
Yeah, Cornholio. I was gonna do Cosmic Falcon, but Cornholio is good too. It's quicker. Alright, should I do like a gamer, like 0 instead of the O? Give me to the numbers.
Oh, up above.
Yeah, it's
I'll let you go.
It's a shift or something.
Oh.
I guess they said keep it simple. Stupid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Okay, you've entered your name as Cornholio. Is that correct? Oh yeah. Excellent. I'm glad we just got that straightened out. For now, just head to your quarters and rest. You'll need it for tomorrow. Check in with AI core inaccessible. Okay, gotta go to my quarters. Where were they? Crew quarters.
I really like the colors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice, like, little blend there of teal and, like, turquoise.
Yeah.
My private quarters. Looks just like my room. Stuff everywhere. Rest for a while. I want to drink this little beverage thing. We got TV.
Plants.
Alright.
Is the controller shaking?
No,
Oh.
it is not. It only was shaking, like, in the beginning.
Okay.
Like on the intro screen. 6 UTC. Look at your bed. Good morning. I know you've just woken up, but as we discussed, time is of the essence. How are you functioning today? Are you well? I guess. That's good. Your task will be easier if you're well rested. Please come see me again in the core at your earliest convenience. Look at your bed. Look at your terminal. What, is this my terminal TV?
Oh.
Same kind of terminal you'll find around the colony. We can't spare the power cycles for its use at this time, I'm afraid. So I can't watch King of the Hill.
Nope. Bobby.
Okay. Dang it, Bobby. Look at your bookshelf. The shelf is full of titles on a... Actually, I'm going to rephrase that. The shelf is full of tittles on a variety of topics, including sociology, terraforming, and engineering. I'll never understand why people prefer physical books to their digital counterparts. So is this, like, spinning thing, like, supposed to be my guide or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
It kind of reminds me of, like, the gay king from, Katamari.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
like this floating face in the air.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. What else can I look at? My desk. You've left an empty photo frame, a rag, and some non-functioning equipment there. Cool. I wonder if this stuff will be important later. It's not the most comfortable bed, but it's all we have at the moment. At least with nobody around, you don't need to worry about its appearance. True. Okay, now what? Go to the crew's quarters. I already forgot what that thing told me to do. You don't have to help me. Look at note. There's a maintenance note that says @YASP and #AWI game on it. It also says Mr. Yoshida's favorite dog. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what that means. Alright, that makes two of us. I need to... Okay, it's probably a clue.
Yeah.
This looks fun. It's nothing though.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a door, but... Just a light?
Just head north to the core where you can discuss your mission for the day. To the AI core. Interface with the AI core. Okay, Cornholio. Last night I scanned what's left of the colonies in hopes of finding material we can salvage. I think I found a few good leads. I think it would be best if you first go to the comms relay and find 5 communication devices we can use for the escape ship. The comms relay is where Winnie Laurier was last known to be. Hopefully you can find out some more information on her on your trip as well. When you're ready, you can go south to the shuttle bay and plot a course there. Okay, so now I gotta go to the comms. Not there. Command hallway. Inspect drone.
Oh.
That's just one of the thousands of drones that used to help build and maintain the colonies. Poor little guy looks so sad, don't you think? Not at all, actually. Perhaps your positive attitude will serve you well as we continue this grim adventure. Okay. Use the shuttle. Oh.
Oh, I see.
These are all places I can someday go to.
Okay.
Okay, to the comms relay station, Winnie. Trying to go off the cliff, but it's not working. It's probably been a long time since you've been to the comms relay. I don't believe you had any occasion to come here often, if at all. When the other colonists separated, this was considered a prime location, but only one person really had the expertise to make good use of it. Remember, you're looking for components we can use to power the escape ship's communications. 5 good parts should do it. Okay. Oh, this is a cute little building. It's nice and pink.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. Oh boy, even from here I can sense how damp and musty it is in there. It probably smells to you like an old puddle. Okay, question mark R2. This looks like a standard issue field notebook. Most of all, colonists use these as well as data pads. The notebooks were inexpensive and easy to transport, and studies revealed that humans enjoyed physically writing on paper. That seems rather inefficient, but I suppose tactility is important in forming emotionally impactful memories. I almost said like tacitly. Alright. Speaking of which, this looks like, well, it looks like the beginning of some sort of fiction. That's interesting. It reads, The Last Interview with Paula M. Paula had suffered a long and arduous struggle against the dark, and now in her final moments with it, she relented to its questions. These are the only pages included with this notebook. If we want to read the rest, we'll have to find the other pages.
Like the music.
Yeah, it's cool. This elevator goes up from here. Do you want to go up? No. Okay, fine. Oh, wait, no. Alright. How are you doing so far? Do you need any help? Nah, I'm good. You're very resourceful, Cornholio. If you need a reminder about what you're doing while you're in one of the facilities, just press L2 and I'll help.
Okay. The little sign that's telling you, that's like warning you about the water.
Oh, yeah. Is that what that is? I wonder if I can fall through this floor. So I just went up here, and now what else do I do? Oh wait, I just saw something.
Oh, are those little things there doors or something?
Yeah, it looks like it. Wouldn't have thought that was a door.
No.
Okay, here's something. Oh, I just pushed R2.
Oh.
It's a small pile of physical books. All colonists were issued data pads with e-reading abilities, but I suppose that wasn't to everyone's liking. There are assorted philosophy tittles from old human writers. You can see very neat notes written in the margins. The first page here has a monogram on it. W.
Oh, it's probably Winnie's.
What do you think it is?
It's probably her books.
Oh, Winnie, right.
Yeah.
It's a series of torn pages, likely from that notebook on the first floor. It looks like the story starts here. The dark, wise struggle. You know I've been here. I've been waiting all this time. Why didn't you give up? Paula, it's not in my nature to just give up. The dark. Really? I'm not so sure about that. For a long time, even amongst your peers, you gave up. Or at least you seemed to withdraw from them. Isn't that like giving up? I don't think so. That's interesting because they did. The further you isolated yourself, the less they felt like reaching out. Didn't you notice that? Paula, yes, I noticed it. I assume there's more. Maybe you'll find more pages as we press on. It's interesting though, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. I thought so. Hopefully we'll get to read the rest of the story. We should continue. Tissues. It's an open relay conduit. It looks like someone had repaired this terminal more than once in an attempt to continue transmissions. There's some clever work here. Your scan will help me configure the ship's communication parts to be more redundant and fail-safe. Now we only need 4 more communication parts in this area. Alright, so that was one of them. I guess I'll keep going up. Systems administration. Third floor hub. Portable lamp. It's a portable safety light. They can use sophisticated LEDs and can last for over a year each. The lamp looks like a part of a little setup, including a bedroll. Someone must have been sleeping there. Please keep me informed of any other interesting details you find. So... discarded food wrappers. These special foil wrappers were used for food and snacks, but of course you already knew that. You know, it took over 10 Earth years of R&D to develop food that could travel such distances and be still palpable. Because of the efficiency with which Hudson Cartier transported colony deployments, a lot of food could be included. Previous colonial missions were less successful because of inefficient cargo and food stores. Of course, until the agrodomes were built. You all had to subsist on just these various portable stores. Use security panel. It's a standard security panel. It must be what locked the other doors in this part of the relay. Are you going to turn off the security locks? Yes. I am. Okay. I was just kind of pressing buttons.
Oh.
You found a hefty stack of books there. These ones are mostly adventure stories. You humans do seem to love these kinds of things. The owner really did prefer physical reading, I see. They surely had access to digital versions of all this. In fact, there was an entire database. As with the other books, these bear the W monogram. Winnie was here. That looks like something scary. Antiquated technology. There's a hoard of old Earth technology on that dusty shelf. Amazingly, several pieces of this are still functioning. Cool. Someone must have collected these old computers, sound systems, and radios. Your scan will help me to fabricate something inventive for the ship, I'm sure.
Ah.
Now we only need 3 more communication parts from this area. Cool. That's something.
Oh.
It's a bed. That's a standard issue bedroll. They're made of highly dense microfibers, so they're very lightweight and yet warm. It looks like someone's been using it as a habitat of sorts. Very curious. Cool. 3rd floor hub. Cool. That's not something. Let's go to the conduit room. There are certainly fewer components in that tower than you might think. I don't believe the drones finished fitting it as well as the others. As the construction of the colony's prefab elements continued, resource allocation estimates became skewed. Too bad, really. Looks like a further set of pages from the field notebook on the 1st floor. The story continues. The dark. So what made you change your mind? You're here talking to me now. You wouldn't have entertained that before. What changed? Paula. Well, this is the end, isn't it? There's no one else out there, so I'm talking to you. The dark. You know that's not true. There are still others out there. You could hear them on your radio. Paula. But they don't know that. They don't know I made a new radio. dark. Oh, no, of course not. That's what makes you so interesting. You withdraw, but in your way, you still reach out. You just don't want anyone to discover that. Paula falls silent for a moment. This story sounds like it's getting serious. I'm curious, who are you siding with right now? Paula or the dark? I guess the dark, because she seems like she's in denial. It is making some points, right? I guess, I mean, with as much as we know about this Paula character. Anyway, we better keep going. There's not really much going on. Oh,
What's that?
This looks like something
Yeah.
communication-y. It's a remote service panel for running diagnostics and checking alerts. It's been jury-rigged to allow non-standard signals. This work is unconventional, but I can use this to boost the signal in the escape ship's distress beacon. Now we only need 2 more communication parts from this area. Cool.
Nice.
Okay. So I already went there, Let's go down. Locker room's unlocked now.
Oh.
Garbage exit. Let's look in the locker room. Some like sweaty gym towels in here.
Yeah.
Small books. Stack of pocket-sized physical books I see. Looks like they're mostly guides. I suppose whoever owned these books was, as you say, boning up. Is that what you
Who
say?
says that?
No. Oh, I see. Then they were practicing, or at least studying, in regards to social interaction. Curious. That looks like something we can use.
Yeah.
It looks like that portable terminal still has a tiny bit of battery life left. That model is known for being quite long-lasting. I can use your scan of its components as a guide for making the escape ship communications equipments more efficient. Now we only need 1 more communication part from this area. Hanging tarp. That appears to be a heat-absorbing synthetic blanket. Looks like it was hung up on that conduit. What do you think it was used for? Well, I guess a curtain. Perhaps it was used to block a nearby light. Though thin, those blankets appear dense to the human eye. Tower bridge exit. Not here yet. Oh, maybe I have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so... But if it said it's an exit, does that mean I can... Down one more. Server room. Sorry, I had to give broccolini a carrot. Okay, more torn pages. Story continues. The dark. So, who do you listen to most? The gardener woman? The drone leader? The self-appointed director? The... Paula interrupting. William. Sometimes he still broadcasts in the old colony. He sends me little messages, actually. The dark. And why him? Why William? He was so important here. He kept things working. He kept things repaired. He was essential, and nobody really gave him the respect he deserved. So what? Do you think you can relate to him? I don't know. Of all of them, I think I just understood him the best. When he stopped communicating, it felt like the end of the world. Well, when you think of it, it might be. You said it yourself. Paula gives the dark a cold, long stare, the toughest she can muster. The dark. There's no point in arguing the inevitable. Paula doesn't say anything. That seems to be the end of the story for now. I wonder if William is in reference to Mr. William King, who was the maintenance chief in Colony B. Server terminal. You've scanned a still functioning terminal that's apparently hooked up to the tower's mainframe. I bet you that room is warm. The mainframe is unfortunately damaged, but the terminal you scanned can still help us. Good work. Well, we found all the components I need for now. When you're finished there, you can use the shuttle to return home.
That looks like a snake.
Yeah. Looks like intestines.
Yeah.
Okay, exit the comms relay. Okay, the comms relay appears to be in worse shape than I expected, but good work. It looks like you found what we needed for today. Go ahead and use the shuttle to come back home. Okay. Okay. Turn to Colony A. Here we go. I'm trying to go slow. Oh, I still made it. Excellent, you've arrived. Please see me in the core immediately so we can process your findings. To the core.
The core.
Sync mission data. Okay, I've synced the data you scanned and collected today out there. Thank you for bringing this to me. I have good news as well. I've got the holosim chamber up and running. The constructs of the 4 colonists are already loaded. They're already working on helping you. But due to the current limited availability of power and processing cycles, the chamber's a little shaky. You can retire to your quarters. When I've got the holosim stable enough for you to enter, I'll call for you. Okay. Crew quarters. Cornholio? Cornholio, can you hear me? I'm sorry to wake you, but I need to show you something. I was able to make the final adjustments, and I got the holosim chamber nice and stable for you. I think it's best if you meet one of the others as soon as possible. So, could you please go to the chamber in the South Hole? I think I said South Hole.
Yeah.
The South Hole.
The South Hole. Not the North one.
Just head to the South Hole. Oh, holosim chamber. And we can begin. Head south. Okay. South. Holosim. It's one of these things, I think. Thank you for coming. The chamber will only work at night, when other systems are powered down. It's a limitation of our current situation, I'm afraid. This also means that I'll be in low-powered mode too. so you'll be on your own in there. I won't be able to see or hear what happens.
Oh no.
Oh shit, okay. So the time you get in the chamber will be strictly between you and whoever you're seeing that day. In the morning, the holograms will sync their data and ideas with me. Tonight you'll be meeting with Winnie Laurier for the first time. Since the comms relay was her domain, it makes sense that you visit with her. Remember, these holographic recreations, they're based on data backups I kept for each key member of the colony. They are, in effect, the very same people. However, after the Rift event broke off communication with other parts of the facility, and I lost track of these people, I was no longer able to keep them up to date. These constructs won't remember anything past a certain point, so they may be a little touchy about that. So please do be careful. Anyway, when you're ready, just enter the chamber and use the control station within. When you're finished, you can return to your quarters. I'll speak to you again in the morning. Good luck in there. Thanks. You're very welcome. I hope these visits help us get closer to our goal more effectively. We've got an awful lot riding on this. To the holosim chamber.
Oh gosh.
Begin holosim program.
What?
Oh, hi there. Don't mind me. I just need to finish these calculations. I'll be done in a moment. The AI told me about your trip today. Did you, find those items you needed? I did. I'm glad. I'm sure this must be very difficult for you. Anyway, I think I'm done here now. I guess, let's just have a seat on the sofa. I could use a break. The illustration kind of reminds me of, Ninja Turtles, like you were saying, like
Yeah.
April, like the comics.
Yeah.
It's got like a comic gradient. The AI has us all working quite a bit. We can simulate pretty much whatever we need in here to figure out how to best help you. Whatever you scan out there, the AI can give to each of us in here so we can keep working. It's a pretty smart setup, really. I chose to make my work environment this room. It's how I remember my old apartment back on Earth. Is that weird? No, not at all. Thank you for saying so. It's not the most practical choice, but having all my old books here and this old sofa feels like home. Anyway, the AI must certainly be keeping you busy as well, so I'm glad you're here. And since you are, well, what would you like to talk about? I'd like to talk about the... You pick. Well, as you can probably tell, I'm not great at small talk, but okay, let's see. How about books? Do you read much? Sometimes. I see. I don't want to bore you, but I definitely read a lot. Most of the other colonists weren't as into books as I was.
Nerd.
I really like adventure stories, big, complicated ones. I suppose it helped deal with the relative closeness of living in the colony. I could imagine I was anywhere, and the Hudson Cartier manuals said that escape was important to thriving in a remote colony. I suppose that's partly why we were equipped with this holosim chamber. There wasn't standard issues, so the higher-ups must have felt it was important. There were programs that we all brought with us. I don't know much about what the other people did in there. Maybe took some exotic vacations. William, Maintenance Chief King, I think he had some version of his wife in there. She didn't come with him. She stayed on Earth. He never said anything about it, but I could tell it got to him. I mean, it did to all of us, but most of us were, well, alone. Normally Hudson Cartier wouldn't allow colonists to be separated from their loved ones. They came as a package or they didn't go at all. Kept stress down, they said. But William, well, he he was a bit older and the best candidate for the job. I suppose HC knew how important he was to the mission. Damn. I wonder what his wife is doing, if she's still alive back on Earth. I wonder if she knows, what happened to us. Do you want to talk about anything else? Let's talk about the ship's comms. Well, as I'm sure the AI explained, my job is to help you get the escape ship's communication systems repaired so you don't blast off into space with no voice. That's right. Even if everything else is functioning, you wouldn't want it to be out there with no way to contact anyone. I think I'd rather be adrift than not have a working radio. But I think the AI's plan is sound. If you can contact someone from a shipping lane, you can hopefully arrange a pickup. Kinda like thumbing a ride back on Earth, I guess. I never did that, now that I think of it. I definitely was too afraid to try it. Anyway, sorry, I think I'm talking too much. God, I don't think I ever talked this much before when I was, real, alive. I wonder why that is. Do you want to talk about anything else? Let's talk about the colony. We had as much a chance as anyone at making this work. In the end, I don't think I could quite believe it was going to fail. We all arrived here when? 2048? What year is it now? 2064. Wow, so 16 years. So much has happened, and there was so much needless loss. By the time we all arrived here in 2048... Wait, isn't that the, iPhone app game, 2048? With the tiles? Anyway.
Oh, I don't know.
By the time we all arrived here in 2048, the remote colony building systems all had the basics ready. Most people were pretty excited to get started. But I had a harder time adjusting. Space travel will do that to some people. At least that's what the head psychologist, Miss Bouchard, told me. Something about how close everybody was, It was easy to feel trapped. We trained for all that, of course. But the real thing's different. Anyway, so you were in the comms relay today, huh? What was it like out there? It was damp. The acidic rain must really be wearing it down then. That was one factor that we couldn't properly account for. Hudson Cartier knew of the weather systems on the planet, of course. It had a decade's worth of survey data with which to plan for this project. But I guess a decade only tells you so much. The systems changed and the acidic rain became much worse and much more frequent. I'd be surprised if any of the structures there didn't suffer damage. In Colony B we had it the worst. Things eroded so fast. The comms relay seemed relatively intact, but even so, it was tough to keep the equipment working. I can still feel the chill of that place somehow. Maybe it's a good thing you have that scarf. Do you want it? Thanks, but I don't really feel the cold anymore. Not in a real sense. That's nice of you to offer, though. I feel like my voice is getting a little scratchy.
Yeah. Drink some water.
What else did you think about the comms relay? I'm gonna show the pages. You what? Oh, you found a notebook, didn't you? With a story in it? Oh no, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that notebook was mine. I was writing stories to pass the time and to deal with things. I always wanted to write a book, but I never did. I guess I figured it was my only chance to try. I know it wasn't very good. I guess I was trying to put my thoughts and, my feelings into some kind of relatable way. But that was probably pretty obvious. It's funny, though. Now that I think of it... It's Proc's little head. Now that I think of it, I don't know how that story ends. I can't remember everything I wrote. But, what did you think of what you read? I mean, if you read it.
What did you say?
I said ...
Oh.
Okay, I won't push. Maybe it's weird for me to be asking you that so soon. What else did you think about the comms relay? Well, it was empty. There are 5 towers in the relay. You must have been in Tower A. It never was completed. The relay was designed to be redundant, so not everything is in one place. And there are always backups of critical systems. I was the one who designed it, or consulted on the key components back on Earth, but not everything was built to spec. I remember there were some issues with some of the drones. We lost some capabilities, so we had to think on our feet. That's why Tower A is only half finished. It seems like almost nothing went the way it was supposed to. It's so awful to think about all those people. I know. You have it worse, though. To be the last... I can't even bear to think about it. So I'm the last human?
Yeah, I guess so,
I didn't
yeah.
realize I was human because I have, like, these weird glowing eyes and, like, some
Yeah.
kind of suit.
Well, maybe you're not human, but you're the last survivor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, it sounds kind of selfish, but as I work in here, I keep thinking about the fact that I'm here, and yet, well, I'm not. I feel I can see you, obviously, and it all seems real, but I'm not here, am I? I'm not really around anymore. So obviously something happened to me. I mean, the real me. But I can only remember so far back. I guess the AI's version of me only counts for so much. It's like a backup, I suppose. The me you see, this is the most recent version, but does it count? Does any of this matter if I'm not even real? Well, you are to me. Okay, thanks. It means a lot that you think so, and that you just came here to talk to me. I mean, not just for work. Look, I don't want to keep you here. Considering all you have to worry about, you need to rest, and you still have so much to do. But do you mind to see if you can find out what happened to me? Maybe find some kind of record of what I went through? I'm sorry, it's not really what I'm here to do. I understand. You've got enough on your plate already. Still, thanks for coming to see me. And, well, good night.
Like the characters, like, turned away from the AI.
Yeah. Holosim chamber CPU. Okay, I guess now I gotta go back to my quarters. Saving.
That kind of scared me.
What if this is like one of those things where like suddenly the whole screen just is like, "Wah!" Like some kind of like face, goblin face.
That might happen.
I cannot share